everybody, and welcome back to the fourth and final episode of Fatula's art class. We have Arthur, we have George. They are here.
Yep.
I exist in some point of time. Where, though, it's debatable. Could be somewhere in the near future, could be somewhere in the Stone Age. I can't decide.
Okay. We're less than a minute in and Arthur's already started stripping. Okay.
Well, yeah.
We're in for a finale here, boys. Would be whether he was stripping or not. But
I got crumpets.
that's
I've just a slice of bread. That's what I mean.
and I've got notes. Because this is this is the series where we tell you the story of mine and Arthur's first D&D campaign. If you don't know the rules by now, go watch episode 1. I'm not explaining them for the fucking fourth time.
It's the final
Episode it doesn't really fit, does it? It doesn't work. I am so sad.
Honestly, feeling a little attacked right now by the fact that Final Countdown doesn't work. I shall now be suing whoever made that. I don't remember their name.
Nor do I. Anyway. So. It's
What was that for?
What?
Oh, they're just kind of going...
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, bud. Okay, buddy. Okay, bud.
So, Act 3, the final act of our thing. I hesitate to call it campaign anymore. So, the act started off with us having a conversation with a vampire hunter named James Smith, the 28th. No relation to John Smith, before anyone asks. We just both happened to name characters. He happened to name an NPC Smith. I named my character Smith. It's a common name.
If I quote Liquid Snake right now, they are our brothers.
No, they literally aren't. That was my entire point.
I know.
George.
I know.
Bruh. Okay. And we had to decide on what we were going to do. We could
This is very cool decision.
we could either stealth in or siege the place. Arthur deleted all of the notes on the siege route because we chose stealth. It's all gone. None of it.
Basically, it was a wave of enemies. You fought them. You presumably beat them. Some of your guys died. Next wave of enemies, beat them. Done. You're inside the castle. You've got the 2 towers that we'll talk about later.
The Twin Towers.
No.
Nope.
No.
There is a 3rd tower. But
We just never went there.
Towers.
yeah. Well, no, you did at the end.
Oh, I was on... Whatever, we'll get there. So, we've been saying we'll get there this entire series, and this episode we will finally get there.
Get there.
So, we chose to stealth our way in through the back door that the wizard had told us about, apparently. The back door into the castle. It led directly into the dungeons. Now, weirdly, this is probably the most important decision we've made the entire campaign. Because what happened in the dungeons would shape the entire rest of the act by accident. Because we went into the dungeons and there were a bunch of prisoners there. And one of them that we decided to talk to We were just talking to this prisoner, like, we'll free you, trust me, it's fine. Now, you might have been wondering, but what did F do? What happened with Charalom? Wasn't Charalom going to rob the first person they met in every act? What did they steal from James Smith? See, we weren't allowed to interact with James Smith at all. It was a framing device. He didn't exist, really.
There
But
was
this
no
prisoner-
James Smith.
This prisoner did exist. They were right in front of us, in fact, and as such, we just let Charalom try and steal something. The prisoner, of course, had fucking nothing except for the disembodied foot of their friend in an old ragged sack shoe. Charalom failed to steal it. However, the prisoner decided, fuck you, and just lobbed the foot at Charalom anyway. So we got the foot, I guess. Really reminds me of how Chris Jan used to fucking pick up the change that was thrown at them when they were in school. Yeah, George, that about sums it up.
What? How am I supposed to say anything about that? I deadass don't know what to say.
I don't know what you're supposed to say about that. I'll continue the story then. So, we're about to try and leave the dungeons. But, we thought, okay, the best thing to do right now is to pretend we're one of the vampires. So, E cast seeming on all of us, which allowed us to disguise as vampires. So, we walked out of the dungeons. There were a couple of vampires in the main hall. They recognized that they didn't care. That seeming did not work. We just fought them anyway. We just
Not even
fought
like a
them, killed them
deception
anyway.
or an insight
No, it
check?
just happened. No, the
You guys
fact
don't,
is sort of,
you guys don't look like vampires. You look like normal people.
you're one of you's a fucking dragon. You know, they don't look like a vampire. They don't look like a... One of you's got skin that's dark fucking
is it-
purple.
is-
That's not a
Baby
vampire.
raging. Baby raging that I DM'd in a different way. Cry more. My DM style is perfect.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Mr. Shut the fuck up, Mr. Multiple minute long Monty Python sketch.
Shut the fuck up.
That he just hyperextended for no reason.
No.
This.
There are no
We'll talk-
problems with anything I've ever done.
The fuck up, Judas Sigma.
We'll talk about that, dude. We'll talk about that campaign sometime in Reading Homestuck or something, because fun stuff's happened in there. It's nothing like this. It's actually well put
I'm
together.
a fun DM, aren't I?
It's actually... Well, no. George. The difference between you and Arthur as DMs is your world is functional on a basic level.
True. True.
You should share my
Arthur's
new
is-
campaign.
I don't know, man. Anyway. So we fought those guys. And we were greeted with a large door with 2 seals on it. And then 2 towers, each with a seal on them. The same seals that were on the door. And to quote the notes, after passing the guards, you notice a path leading into a large area, the Great Hall. There is a door, obviously marked for an event. This means that there will be a severe lack of guards in the side chambers of the castle as well, as they will be guarding the patrons. You also notice 2 magical seals upon the doors, the same as 2 seals on separate towers. How convenient. It's almost like the writer didn't have time to write a lengthy explanation as to why you have to fight these 2, but wants you to anyway.
It's like Mega Man.
Almost. Oh, wow, who'd have thought? That's crazy.
Yeah. Crazy, guys. I love that
Crazy.
basically
This
the
is-
law of this world is God is the God of this world. Just like skived on an essay they had to write. And the essay was the entire world. And they just did it in the last 10 minutes and submitted it. So it's got like 500 different typos in it. Some parts of the essay are fucking missing. Nothing works properly, and Rick Sanchez is also there.
All I'm saying is,
Debatably
For
worse than
everything-
any other part of it.
for everything that's wrong with it, I had no problems with it. It's completely.
Shut the fuck up. So, there were 2 seals.
Where are
A
my
green one-
D100s?
No, I've got some.
Nah, bro, I got some.
What are we rolling for, motherfucker? What are we rolling for?
Madness! Madness! Like last...
Yeah, we don't need to roll for madness. I know we've already got a fuck ton of it. Also, there is no combat here. Haha. Hee. I'm
No
funny.
combat.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Sorry.
Anyway.
My hair.
Fair enough. Anyway. So there were 2 seals. A red one
Yes.
and a green one. We decided, okay, I don't like what you've just done. Because we're also playing D&D today. We're also playing D&D today. I don't like this.
With
I'm
me.
scared. His mood message on Discord is that boulder is getting closer, and I'm scared.
Oh, should we show them the boulder? Should we show the audience the boulder that I'm talking about?
You wanna?
No. Save it for later. Anyway. So, we had 2 options. Red tower and green tower. The towers weren't literally red or green. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe they were. But they were represented by red and green seals. And we decided, okay. We'll deal with the red one first. Because that's probably going to be the bigger threat. And for all we know, while we're doing stuff up the green tower, the person in the red tower might notice and try and come kick our ass. Red is more threatening, so we'll deal with it first. So that way, we can just curb stomp the green guy and then go deal with the funnel boss.
I remember what happens here.
Unfortunately, I remember a lot about what happens here.
It's good DMing. It's good DMing.
No, it isn't! Anyway, so...
It was not based on everything I
It is.
heard.
It is not good DMing. If there are any prospective dungeon masters out there in this audience, take this as a what not to do guide. This
No,
whole
take
series.
this as take this as 100%. This is the new Dungeon Master's guide, and I've never done anything wrong. You know that part where I
Wizards
just
of
never
the
make
Coast
them.
published campaign, the Fatula campaign. That is what it is called.
Motherfucker, don't you fucking dare.
Don't.
It was a funny experience. That's all I wanted.
I mean, yeah, we've laughed a lot.
Shall we stop dilly-dallying and get to the issue, the fault, the problem?
Yeah, sure.
This shit. So, we started off going up what was labelled here as Tower B. Apparently, we were supposed to go with the green tower first. We're not there yet, George. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't panic yet. Don't panic yet.
I'm bracing myself.
So, we climbed up the tower, and about halfway up, we found this room with this guy in it. And before the campaign had happened, I had realised that Arthur could do a decent Junkrat impression at the time. I don't know if he can now. It's probably faded a bit, but
What the fuck does Junkrat even sound like?
that's a good point. But anyway,
At first you don't succeed, blow it up again. Something like that.
Kind of.
It's Aussie. It's Aussie.
just
I can't.
Junrat. Junk.
Ah, yes, my favourite character, Junkrat.
Let me.
Toyoshi.
Junkrat.
That's a fun. How do you do?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway.
What other lines does he even have?
Who cares? So,
At first you don't succeed.
I
Blow it up again.
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
I had insisted that he use his Junkrat voice at some point in his campaign. This was this character. I figured I'd mention that just as a bit of a side thing. So, we had to solve some riddles. For,
Can you paste the text in chat so I can read it? Whatever I said, whatever I gave myself as the prompt. Try and do it in the Junkrat voice for you.
Well, give the people like an actual experience of what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Fair.
well, it said, don't mind me, I'm just doing a little test.
Don't mind me. I'm just doing a little test.
Yeah, I
not
guess.
terrible.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. That was a side thing. That barely matters. So,
Fair enough.
we have to solve some riddles. And roll some dice, I guess.
Solve my riddles 3.
Yes. So,
Basically, yeah.
yeah. So, the first riddle was, all things it devours, birds, beasts, trees, flowers, gnaws iron, bites steel, grind rock down to a meal. The answer was time, and the result we got on the dice was 5.
That's the Hobbit, innit?
Yeah.
I think I'd watch those films.
Second riddle
Recently,
was 30 white horses on field of
Oh,
red.
this is just the Hobbit.
Yeah, it was just riddles from the Hobbit.
I just robbed the Hobbit. Oh, fair.
Yeah. The answers were teeth, and we got a 3 on the roll, and then silence for the last riddle, because it was not so fragile that you have to say its name. If you say its name, you'll break it.
Oh, is that one from the Hobbit?
Maybe? I don't know, but it's a really simple one. But,
Yeah.
Basically everyone who knows any riddles knows that one. And the result we got on the dice was 6. Oh dear, he's gone.
3. Oh, he's dead. Oh, solve my riddles 3. Whoa.
Solve my riddles 3 to figure out where in God's name George is.
Solve my riddles 3 to unlock the next 3 riddles, and then do it again to solve the next 3 riddles.
Good shit.
Solve my riddles 5, and you will surely leave alive. If that is not your wish... You alright?
Get the fuck in the ditch.
Are you okay? Do you need a hug? Right?
That is not your wish. Dude, talk to someone, man.
Come on, man. You okay?
You alright, man?
Need an evening?
Want to talk to someone?
I got that sleep in my eyes.
That's fair. When will George return? Perhaps he has been killed by Terror Nikocado Avocado.
Terracado.
I don't know. Are we good? Are we back?
Oh yeah, we're back. You're gonna have to edit that shit out.
Yeah, I plan to.
Good, because there's just a lot of this ain't looking good, Chief.
This ain't it, Chief. This really ain't it, Chief.
I said it in the fucking Yogi voice.
This ain't looking good.
This ain't looking good, boo boo.
Anyway.
Anyway,
That wasn't
during that time I managed to get out these, which I will reveal what I'm gonna use these for later. Not too
Oh
bad.
no! Anyway, so, you know how we were rolling dice for every one of the riddles, and Arthur was telling us what the result of the dice was? Well, see, that's because the final riddle was, guess the padlock code. And it was 3 digits, and it was the numbers we roll. That was the joke.
Guess the padlock code. Guess my riddles 4. Solve
And
my
after we did
riddles 3.
And then after we
Please.
So
did
I
that-
have completely no context for what has just happened.
Oh, we had to solve some guy's fucking riddles, and then as we were solving the riddles, Arthur was telling us we were rolling dice and what the results of the dice were, and the results of the dice were the code to get let out.
Wait, you were trapped in somewhere?
Yeah, apparently.
Lamau?
Yes. Lamau.
Lamau.
Rough.
yeah. Also, the character who got us into the situation then said, "Oh bugger, good, you passed my test. Here, please, take this." Hands you a dice that seems to change as you look at it, because the speech doesn't end. There's no second speech marker. It just keeps going, which means the entire rest of this script should really be read in the junk crap voice, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that to everybody. What we got?
7.
What we got was the D Infinity. We never learned what it did, but I think what it did was we could just use up the D Infinity and replace any roll we got, any roll on any amount of dice, with whatever number we decided on. Not like any number on the dice. We could roll a D20 and say 50. More accurately, we could roll any dice and say, well, I'm going to say that does Googleplex. At which point, whatever we're...
Bruh, should have just had it run. Should have just had it work
It
like the
missed.
Infinity from goddamn Gravity Falls.
It might have, I don't know, but, we never used it. We never used any of these items.
Fair.
The only one I remember was the Chalice of Lost Time, because it was just one
Explodia,
charge.
never used. Chalice of Lost Time, never used. D-Infinity, never used. We tried using the Chalice, but we'll get there. So, then we have the bit that George was bracing himself for.
I remember the Infinity.
What?
So,
Sorry, you were too busy eating bread to understand there. What was that?
Alright. So basically, you take a dice roll you're doing. Whatever you've rolled, you can then take the dice that is smaller than it, so the one lower dice. Roll that and add up to it. Once per long rest. Or day. Because that's what I called it. I just called it once per day.
Fair enough. Functionally, they can be considered kind of the same thing.
Yeah. So yeah,
Unless you're inept, in which case you're probably going to die of exhaustion.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
in real
what that
life
was.
or in game. I'm still worried about those cards. But,
Isn't that a fun
and for
idea?
some reason, this bit is bullet pointed below what just happened. So apparently this is an addendum to what has transpired here. But as we passed up the, as we walked continuously up the tower, we met Lisa Heartstring.
Oh fuck, God. Was this the... Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to explain Lisa Heartstring to you how we experienced it as players during the... Don't do that. Don't make noises like that while I'm talking about Lisa Heartstring, or I will kill you in cold blood in real life on the spot.
I'll explain the what I had the idea of.
Yeah. Explain it once we get to the twist about Lisa Heartstring, but we'll get there. So,
Twist. It was in the description.
the description that you didn't read, and that isn't on this piece of paper.
Because I didn't read the description. You guys never wanted me to read things.
Arthur, I would hold this up to the webcam, but it's off. You didn't write a description!
It'll be on the Siege page that you don't have. Because I tossed it in the bin.
Because you deleted it! Anyway. Because you deleted it the moment we picked stealth. as you explained
Mid
previously.
session, he rolls up something.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there
It wasn't
later.
immediately deleted. It was deleted after
Give
you
it-
finished. I was like,
Give
hey,
it
we don't
time.
need that.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So. So Lisa Heartstring walked out of her bathroom in just a towel, noticed that we were there, then ducked back into the bathroom, got dressed, came back out, and then we fought. The fight was relatively uneventful, other than the fact that near the end, and this will be the next drawing round, but near the end, we froze her with chill touch for some fucking reason, and yes, this is kind of slightly important because it establishes us not knowing how the fuck spells work. But we froze her with chill touch.
Think I read the description? What are you, a nerd?
What are you, a nerd? Read description?
Can read?
Never.
Can read?
So-
Can? Physically capable of reading?
Then John Smith swung his hammer at Lisa Heartstring's frozen body, yelled "for" and shattered her into pieces. I'm going to call that the next drawing round because I can't think of a better one. And no, I'm not. It's just
Four.
Just use-
That's what he yelled. He yelled 4.
yes, like golf, even though it was not like golf. But to be fair, that's the least stupid thing that's happened thus far, I think.
Fair enough. So what? Just crush woman. Yell 4.
I guess, maybe, sure. Fuck it, something to do with fighting Lisa, I guess.
Crush woman. Say
But
4.
not the beginning of the fight, ever. Never again. No, we'll get there. So, what will it be? We are to only use page 1 of Google.
Genshin Impact time. Alright. Give me a timer.
Genshin Impact time. Okay.
Oh no.
All right.
Genshin Impact.
Arthur, are you ready?
Yush.
George, are you ready?
Secret challenge is ready.
Our timer begins. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Okay, full disclosure, I searched the word demon person and the literal first result is Donald Trump. He's gone! He's actually fucking gone! Okay, fuck it. We'll slow that bit down so the people can actually hear it, and then we'll resume speed. Resume speed! Okay, right. We're stopping. We're stopping there. We're stopping there. I've closed the timer. Okay. You good, bro? Are you good?
I'm good. I'm good.
I don't like the way you're saying that. It's very foreboding. Stop! Anyway. So,
Super Mario.
Super Mario in real life.
I need to stop that, but it is really funny.
It is very funny.
I forgot that. I opened Discord on here so I could keep the recording going, but like, I forgot that I posted that fucking Nikocado Teru picture.
Yeah, keep Yeah, just look at the images on your phone and shit. Yeah.
All right.
Right, you
So,
got yours,
stamina.
Arthur?
Yep. Let me just.
Alright,
cool.
Be ready to post.
Give me a candle.
Alright. 3,
Toyoshiga.
2, shut up. 3, 2, 1, post. Oh my god, we went for the same bit. We went for the same bit of John Smith being that lizard man. I just covered mine up with a low-res image of a blue lizard. Oh my god, and he says a chat. It says 4, like, oh god, I hate my life.
Well, God, I hate to say this, Alex, but I think it's a bonus point because I my thing was specifically include 4. Just
Okay.
somewhere on the picture. Sorry.
Fair enough, but
Why is I think I'm getting all the bonus points? I'm not trying to rig this intentionally.
Fine, mate.
well, I don't know. You ain't got that many
Arthur
more
just
bonus points
seen
than me.
inside my
He hasn't
brain.
actually got that many more. In fact, actually, Arthur has only 1 more bonus point than I do. He hasn't, and that's this one. This is the one that broke that bonus point tie. We were even up until now. I got 3. He got 3.
Okay. But yeah, let's have a gander at these.
Have a propaganda.
Propaganda.
The whole conversation was just this. George just being like, oh no. Oh, what about that? Oh no. Oh,
No.
oh no.
Right. Okay.
So,
I gotta say, the pixelized blue gecko is doing it for me.
okay.
And plus, I find the stock image vampire girl funny. I think I'm gonna give this point to Alex.
Your
I like yours, Arthur. I do.
and with
Fair
that,
enough.
the points are
Right then, shall we continue?
So. Yeah.
Oh, cry more, lads. Cry more.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't see any problem with what happens with this character. Trust me, guys.
Well then, you have a problem, Arthur. You have
I
a
play
problem.
Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So.
Hey, when I play
Oh.
Genshin Impact.
God. So, then we went back down the red tower and started making our way up the green tower. The first thing we reached in this tower was a big room with a bunch of plants in it. It was, you know, actually relatively nice. Strange to find it in a vampire tower, you might think.
Are we just
Oh, I
skipping
remember
over
this
that?
guy. I remember this guy.
I'll be skipping over what?
The
It gets
entire
revealed
thing.
later.
No.
Oh, was it later?
No. No, it was in this room. I just started describing the room, George. Chill. I'm not going to describe the events that happened within a room before the room even exists in the audience's mind. Come on.
Sorry,
Basic
my brain is completely gone as to the chronological events.
Basic storytelling, George. You kind of need that. You're DMing a campaign. You need the...
Look, I can keep
It
up with
is
the
it-
events of that.
Anyway, right. So, we entered this room full of plants and shit. And also, ghosts! There was some ghosts. There was a bunch of fucking ghosts in the room. And in this universe, apparently, ghosts are very like, physically attracted towards a vitality, aka just a high constitution score. Everyone else's constitution score was negative. Everyone else had dumped con. I was the only one that did not dump con. And it didn't matter, because our maximum hit points were always fixed at the same numbers the entire way through. And mine were 100. At level 17. Oh yeah, we were level 17 at this point.
I don't know what you're asking me, you know. To know those things would have required reading. No, I'm physically incapable of that. I can't even read.
So, yeah, that's why I'm the one with the notes. I'm the only one capable of reading. Cut to the fact that our main flagship series is reading Homestuck. Good shit, good shit. Good meme. Very nice. Good excuse. I like it. So, the ghosts all only saw me. They can only see high constitution. And by high, I mean more than 10. Average or higher. Everyone else had a negative. Everyone else sucked dick and balls.
Everyone else had such a weak life that the ghosts were just like, they're probably dead, right?
That's probably a dead person.
They're dead. They're vampires, right?
So, we had an ingenious solution to get me out of there, to stop the ghosts from attacking me. You boys ever heard of the maze spell?
Oh boy, have I.
Now this was actually the fun part of this bit. This was the fun part where I got to have John Smith do some cool shit on his own. Or any cool shit whatsoever without having to follow up Charalom doing stupid amounts of damage all at once, because rogue, and the two mages blasting out fuck tons of spells because there was no limit on what they could actually do with those spells. And also I had no superpowers. I was basically a low-level fighter.
Yeah.
So I couldn't follow any of that shit up. But I got to do some cool shit because I fought the goddamn Minotaur in the maze. Because in this world there was a Minotaur in there. I don't know the spell's actual statistics, and I can't be asked to check. And I actually got a pretty cool fight.
Based on what I remember, that's not how it works, but I don't really care.
Whatever.
Because that actually sounds pretty cool.
It was actually pretty cool. One-on-one wrestling match with a Minotaur, and I won. I got beat the shit out of, but I won. I killed it. On my own. It was fun. It was cool. I killed it by fucking blasting lightning clean down its back and completely buggering up its entire spinal cord. It was good. Meanwhile, outside of the maze, the bad things were occurring. The unfortunate no-no things happened. Where everything was wrong, both rules-wise and debatably morally. So, I love how you waved at debatably morally wrong. Just like, debatably morally wrong. Hello, yes, that's me. That is me, Arthur. I am debatably morally incorrect. So, we decided, and by we, I mean the whole party decided, okay, what we're going to do is we want a bit of help on our side. So, why don't we just revive the boss we just fought? Pretty good idea. But then we thought, wait, won't she just want to kill us again because she's a boss? And then we decided, okay, no, better idea. We revive her, but we get E to seduce her. E's already done that with other characters in the past to get them on side. Why can't it work here? And Arthur's laughing because he knows what's coming up next. And George is pulling that face because he knows what's coming up next. But you see, what we had to do was we revived them. We revived Lisa with Spare the Fucking Dying because we did not read the spell description properly. We revived them from the from the melting ice shards that had gotten on our clothing with Spare the Dying, which is something I'm pretty sure True Resurrection cannot do.
It's fun DMing, isn't it? Fuck the rules, it works.
True Resurrection probably could do it if you had their name, I'm pretty sure, but like...
If you had their name and a lot of power. But yeah. But we didn't use that, we used a cantrip!
It's good enough.
We used a fucking cantrip! So...
It's basically the same thing.
So...
Wait, you cast it at like 8th level or whatever.
Ninth, literally max level spell, the second most powerful spell, other than Wish. Literally a cantrip you can cast anytime you goddamn want. It's the same thing. It's
a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, you know.
But then we also, I mean, considering the level of power we were able to output, because by this point we had a 30 in our. Most of us had at least 26 in our main ability scores, and by most of us at least had 26. I mean, I had 26. Everyone else had 30. Like we were goddamn epic level characters.
Hey, what can I say? That's pretty epic.
Yeah, but considering the level of power we have, fuck it, I guess we can do this now. But E then had to pass 3 charisma checks. One was to stop Lisa from immediately attacking us. The second was to get Lisa on our side. The third, for shits and gigs, was to make Lisa Okina's girlfriend.
We
passed all 3 of those charisma checks with flying colours. In fact, I believe we actually skipped the last one because the second one was a nat 20. We just went straight into the girlfriend phase. And then Arthur decided to tell us something about the character we had just talked to. And he's laughing because he knows what's about to be said. But
it's just something. Like, oh yeah, they're like 6, by the way.
And then we all stopped.
Joke card for that, my dude.
And a middle finger
card for that.
Just swap your fingers around.
It's just like, it's just they were just like, we want to woo this character. I was like, alright, fair enough. Do what you want. And then they were like,
numero uno.
And I was like, guess I'll describe this character since they're sticking around. And I was like, oh yeah, that's 6, by the way.
I didn't after we rolled all of these.
Yeah, I know. I didn't remember what they were. Like, this was towards the end of the writing, and so and this was like multiple weeks after we'd done the first campaign. So I was like, yeah, go for it. And then I read the description that I'd written a long time back, and I was like, oh, that's 6, by the way, Lamar. It's kind of yikes. That's yep. Your Honor, I swear that they're 200 years old. They're a vampire. They're immortal. Your Honor. Your Honor, I swear
Is that
they're actually 10,000 years old.
In this scenario, is that you or Okina talking in this scenario?
That's Okina, because I mean, I'm just the enabler. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just the vessel by which crime is committed. You know. Would you shut down the whole internet because there's child porn on there? Maybe.
Arthur, I'm not gonna lie. This is a bad argument. It's a bad
argument. Exactly. No, I'm joking.
Argument.
This is a terrible stance to be taking, Arthur. For you personally, I feel as if, at the very least, George will get away from this completely scot-free. Potentially also me, but you're fucked.
What? No, I just didn't remember. I was just like, oh, that's.
What's the phone number for the FBI again, Alex?
That's kind of fucked.
I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know.
I think at the time we were just like, oh, okay, that's weird, and then we just kind of brushed past it. I was like, yep. Now you got the next room.
Yeah. So we decided, you know what? We've already rolled this shit. It's already happened. May as well just proceed. May as well just keep going.
Let's
and
say
pretend
he adopted her as his daughter. There you go.
And we'll just
then it's a happy ending.
We'll just try to undo the vampirism later and get to her actual age as an elf. Because it's unlikely she's been around 1,000 years or some shit. I don't know. Whatever. We'll beat the final boss and then we'll use Wish or some shit to fix this. To unbugger this. This is salvageable. We can fix this. We literally have the Wish spell. We were also given a scroll of Wish by the wizard.
The
our plan
Wizard
was
of Oz.
No, Rick Sanchez, Arthur, you remember. But, our plan was, we do whatever it takes, we finish off Fatula, we do that, and then we use Wish, we fix this shit, and then the campaign ends and everyone's happy, we're good.
I don't remember any of that. I just remember us being like, oh, okay, bye.
Cancelling that round.
Being like, cool, that was done. That's odd. Yikes. Probably should have told us that before. And I was like, yep. I read the character description. She's 6. That's rough. We'll retcon that, I guess.
We'll use Wish. We'll use Wish for that. But then we're about... The rest of the party were about to climb the stairs up to the next room. And then I appeared. I popped out of the maze at this point. And this is when John Smith learned about this. And then we had a bit of a discussion. Because, see, Jamie and F were of the opinion that we should just kill Lisa again. Meanwhile, E and myself were of the opinion, no, we can fix this. We literally have the Wish spell. We can fix this problem with the whole age thing. And fix that. Unbungle this issue. And we're fine. The main reason I bring this up is because I got really annoyed when Jamie, F, and I believe also Arthur were basically telling me, no, your character would immediately kill her on sight. You're a paladin, therefore you're a slavering asshole when anything unholy is around. I was a paladin of devotion, not vengeance. It was just something that pissed me off. Anyway. But, and the main reason F wanted Lisa dead was because Lisa had rogue levels. Where's Arthur? I think your mic's been switched
Arthur
over.
is picking bread out of his teeth.
Okay.
Because it's annoying him.
Fair
Across
enough.
the room. I'm still listening and everything.
Okay, right.
Shutting myself out.
So, I will continue while George sorts out what's going on with him. So, after our discussion on the stairs, and the main reason why F wanted Lisa dead is, again, she had rogue levels. And F had 2 policies in this campaign. 1, steal from the first person you meet every single act. And the second policy was 1 rogue only, ever.
How much of that did you catch?
How much of what?
George is mixed up recording for a moment there, so I had to fix it.
Well, I mean, if it's not recorded for you, that's fine. We can just. If it's not you being recorded, I don't think you were saying much.
It still isn't fixed, but the fool won't realize that for another 10 minutes. Sorry for that, Fox.
We can explain that. We're explaining it right now, actually. So long as we're recording that, we're good. So long as we're recording now, we're good.
We aren't. Also, he had to do some stuff on his end that covered the cameras.
Alright, I can cut the cameras. That's fine, I can fix that in editing. I'll fix this in post, we're good. So.
Sure you can.
So. Then, we moved up to the next floor. There was a giant gorilla. And yes, this is also important. Because this is when another piece of Arthur's sort by new homebrew came in.
It was a good one.
Failing dimension door.
It was a good one.
It wasn't. It literally ruined everything, Arthur.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Trust me. That's a good one.
Whatever. So,
Workshop that.
how this worked is every time Jamie cast Dimension Door, he had to roll a d20. If he failed, and I don't know what point failure was, but if he failed to cast, he would not teleport up to 500 feet in any direction. He would instead summon an Eldritch. Eldritch what? Eldritch suck my dick. It was just an Eldritch. One Eldritch.
I rolled a D100 for it.
Yes.
99
Because
being
it was-
low.
It was
1
any
being high.
Eldritch thing. It was any Eldritch thing. That will come into play later. The fact that it could be any Eldritch thing whatsoever. But here he just summoned some Eldritch spirit. Now, for some reason, Arthur decided that if a spell had, I believe it was if it had material components, you could not use it on bosses. What's a boss? What qualifies as a boss? Arthur's choice. Anything.
Mhm.
And so,
I think I said that because disintegration was
somatic?
one-shotting. I don't know. I just remember I picked one of the ones that disintegration had that a few of the others didn't, because I was like, disintegration is one-shotting everything. So.
yeah, because you didn't read the description and you thought disintegrate meant it insta-kills anything it touches, fuck you.
No, I just remember the damage being ridiculously high.
Oh yeah, that's because it's a 6th level spell, fool!
Yeah. It was just the only one they were using, so I was like, yeah, can't use that on a boss. It's the one showing every boss, so I was like,
But see, Dominate Person, or Dominate Monster, I think Jamie was using Dominate Monster by this point, maybe, I don't know. But whichever it was, I don't know, man. True, but then again, it was I think the problem was less that did Jamie have Dominate Monster, and more, was Jamie still just using Dominate Person on monsters anyway?
Who knows? Not me.
But anyway. See, the thing is, whatever it is that Arthur said that couldn't be used on bosses, Dominate Person and Dominate Monster also had. But see, that's the thing. The Eldritch Spirit had the ability to possess things. So Jamie used Dominate Monster or Person, I don't remember which, on the Eldritch Spirit, then had the Eldritch Spirit possess the giant gorilla. And then had it punch itself in the face until it died.
Where are you hitting yourself? Where are you hitting yourself? Where are you hitting yourself?
I would not be surprised if he said that, yes. I do not remember. It was several years ago. So, we moved on. And we found Vlad the Vegan Vampire.
Not a unique concept, but quite a fun one at least.
You remember the other artifact that I may or may not have mentioned? The sort of actually caring about the environment.
Yeah.
If we had that, Vlad would have immediately jumped out of the... He would have said, fellow environmentalist, you may pass. And then he would have jumped out of the window to his death.
He's just chill like that. He's built different, you know?
He's built different. Like, how his leg is over there, and over there, and over there, and over there, because of shattering them on the fucking ground.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to fly away or any shit like that. He wasn't like turning into bats and fucking off or anything. He just jumped out the window and fucking killed himself. That was it. That was the bit. That was all of it. He just dies. However, we didn't have that. So I just wanted to mention it because it's funny. And because I believe Arthur mentioned
recording
it.
for this past few things, but I don't think I've said much, so...
If you did, I'll know, and I'll just fill in with Yakko Warner or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
8. I'm outie. Later, bitches.
So, we beat the shit out of Vlad. I don't remember anything that really happened here, but we just beat the shit out of Vlad. We killed him. And then we went back downstairs. And we realised, we're low on a lot of our abilities and hit points. Let's have a long rest in the middle of the Great Hall where everyone's going to be passing through to get to the wedding. Because if you remember, the whole point of this...
It's just homeless people.
It's just some homeless people in the middle of this house.
People.
In the middle of this guy's house. It's fine.
Squatters' rights. Squatters' rights.
Bruh, I kid you not. Homeless people literally broke into my building last night.
Oh, shit. Fair enough. Were they sleeping in the Great Hall?
I think they were sleeping in the
Where there was a wedding on somewhere nearby? Oh, close enough.
And then they smashed the back door.
Terribly rude of them.
I haven't
Surely
gone out
keeping
today,
the back,
so...
surely keeping the back door intact is just in their best interest. It stops the draft coming in.
No, they did it when they wanted to get out. Like coked up fucking cats.
Yeah, I was about to say, when they wanted to get out, I've never heard of a building just trapping a bunch of homeless people inside of it. I've never heard of people locking homeless people into their building.
They couldn't figure out how to get the back door open, basically, so they smashed the back window.
Ah, I see. Fair enough. So, yeah, we just took a long rest in the middle of the fucking Great Hall, because why not? And then, it was time for the grand finale.
To duel.
I guess. So, We rocked up into the wedding hall. Count Fatula was there. We were ready to throw down.
This guy.
It was time, and then Jamie needed to go to the loo, so we just decided to spend however long it took just having a roast off with him. None of our insults actually worked on him. None of his worked on us, except one. Because we were rolling, charisma checks to try and see if we managed to get to him. And at one point, I rolled, 7 on my charisma check. So I just went, my insult's just fuck you, bitch. Said exactly like that. And Fatula, he rolled a 2 against that. And that's the only one that worked. That's the only one that got to him. And it was just, fuck you, bitch. And that's it. That got to him. Nothing else did. No intricate insults of we have turned your daughter against you. She has realized the true justice of our cause, or any shit like that. None of that hit him. None of that touched him. But fuck you, bitch. That got him. That hit. That hurt. That hurt a lot. That hurt.
It would get anyone.
That made him sad.
It would get anyone.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, would you pirate a movie? I don't think so.
Would you steal a bus?
Would you steal a house?
Then why would you steal a movie on the internet?
You wouldn't download a house.
Would you? Never illegally download. Yeah, oh god. Okay, I'm making that. Yeah, I'm keeping that in the back, and I'm keeping that idea in the back of my head. You'll see. You'll see. Just wait and see.
Okay, I'll
So,
wait.
So, Jamie came back, and it was finally time for the final encounter of the Fatula campaign. It was almost time. Now here's where all of the we'll get to that's kind of culminate, everybody.
Shit, here it
So,
fucking comes.
Combat started, and we started doing actually pretty well. We just unloaded our most powerful abilities into them. We got ready, just blasted them.
Not again. No. Discord, why you do this to me?
It's when
It's you.
fucking Mr. Roboto comes and serenades me. Wow.
Domo.
Could you do this
Arigato.
with Discord?
Oh, no, yeah, I think you're back. Maybe. There you go.
Cool. In the recording, they'll just be me like, why you do this to me, Discord? We're like brothers. Just entirely in that voice.
So, fair enough. So, first round, we did actually pretty well. Beat him up a bit. And then, it came to Fatula's turn. And he used his special ability. Where is it? I'm looking at his sheet. Where is it? What is... Ah, yes. Tide of Rage. Apparently it took 4 turns to... Apparently it took 4 turns to cast. So, not the first turn. First 3 or 4 turns we did well. But he wasn't dead. So unfortunately he got to use this. It cannot be interrupted, apparently. Characters have to take an intelligence test. If they fail...
Just to do the fucking stats. Does it say an intelligence test?
Yes.
Yes.
Not check.
Oh,
Test.
do the fucking stats real quick, bro. Do this IQ test, man.
Now, what it says it does is you take 2d6 magic damage, and that's it. That's not what it did. What it did was completely remove control of our characters.
Oh dear.
It gave all control of our characters over to Arthur, who would make them immediately attack other people at random. The only two characters that passed this intelligence test were Mr. Gizzard the Tentacle Wizard and Lisa. So Jamie decided, I know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to cast Dimension Door and try as hard as I can to fail as hard as I can. So, he cast Dimension Door without focusing on it. Lisa threw that foot from earlier at him because for some reason she was the one that had it. Even though, you know, Charalon was the one stealing shit. And she wasn't even there when we got the foot.
Maybe, you know, he just gave it to her. It's just like, you're a vampire. You'll eat this severed foot, right?
Here you go, lunch. But...
This is a combination of ideas that are slightly cool but very bad, culminating into something that is not cool and very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but what? And then basically he did everything in his power to fuck it up. He tripped himself up on his own robes. He failed the spell as miserably as he possibly could. Do you want to know what he summoned?
Are we really giving people a choice?
Who he summoned? Yes, there's a lot of things he could have summoned.
Sorry, I just got a knock on my door. Do you mind if I be right back?
Sure, go for it. I'll tell the rest.
Like, do you mind? I mean, I'm gonna be right back.
Fair enough.
Out of all of the H.P. Lovecraft mythos, what did he summon? Say it.
Nyarlathotep. Now, a little fun fact. I did my research on this. A little fun fact about Nyarlathotep. Nyarlathotep is the second most powerful being in the entirety of the Lovecraft mythos. He is literally Cthulhu's granddad.
Mm-hmm.
The first most powerful being is Azathoth, a being that, if he wakes up, the entire universe is erased because it is entirely within his dream. Which means Jamie went for the most powerful thing he could have summoned that wouldn't have immediately erased the entire universe from existence just by summoning it. Yeah. And by went for, I mean he happened to get it by random chance. So, then Jamie's idea was, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast...
That's a drawing.
Nice. Jamie went, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast Dominate Monster on it. Or Person. I don't remember which he went for. But since it was an Elder God, Arthur decided, okay, you're going to have to roll. I think it was 4 d20s just to wrestle any kind of control over it. Then 2 more to gain full control. And then 1 more to see whether or not you can maintain your personality or if you just kind of get subsumed into Nyarlathotep. And Jamie apparently rolled a nat 20 on all 7 dice.
Huh? Wow. Jesus.
All of them!
Joker card number 2.
One more and you will become Mr. Society from Delta Root. Are you muted, dude, or what?
I can't hear him.
Who, me?
Yeah, they...
No. I sorry, I was just singing along to my song.
Fair enough. So, then, Jimmy decided, okay, now that I am Jizzard Nyarly, what I'm going to do is, I am going to curse Fatula with absolute madness that completely destroys him, and he dies. And then he did. Because at this point, he was literally an elder god. He could just say what he wanted to happen, and then it did. No rolls needed. Because... elder god. But, he just... cursed Count Fatula with burning madness that killed him instantly. And then he opened a portal to the Eldritch Plane, which started sucking everything in. Now at this point, F decided, okay, I'm gonna get the fuck out of Dodge.
Smart move.
And they asked, hey Arthur, can I roll something to get out of the way of this portal? To get out of here. Now see, what F was imagining, and what the rest of us were imagining, was sort of like running on like floating rubble, cool like flippy shit to get away from the portal while it's still sucking everything in. No. What Arthur decided happened was, actually, I'll let you describe what you decided happened.
Oh, it was just like, can I roll something to get the fuck out of Dodge? You said the exact wording he said to me, and I was like, yeah, alright, roll me a D100 then. And he rolled a 99, and I was like, you know what, close enough. Yeah, you like roll, and you just like skim past the like shift between dimensions, and you just kind of are in Fatula's castle, whereas everybody else has been taken to wherever the fuck they are.
He dodge rolled through
And so
dimensions.
F dodge rolled through dimensions. Charalom dodge rolled so hard he plane shifted.
Joker card number 3. Congratulations, Mr. Society.
Well done, Arthur. You're Mr. Society from Deltarune. It's you. It's you.
It's you. It's what they call you.
Future me. Future me. Get an image of his head from about now and just put it on a picture of Mr. Society. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's what happened. Wow.
Yeah, back in the box these go.
Yeah, back in the box. We got the bit.
We got the bit.
But-
now I can go play Trail Seeker with these.
The last thing Jizzard did before we decided to completely end the campaign was to turn everyone who remained in the Eldritch Plane into the cast of fucking Lucky Star.
Yeah. Weave in it. Okay.
Because why not?
You did it.
After the fact, I did some calculations and it turned out the results Jamie got to manage to summon Nyarly and then take full control of him are less likely than having a set of identical quadruplets.
Man has dream luck.
My man really did manipulate the portals, the pearl drop rates there. My man did accidentally leave his manhunt tax on. So, that, everybody, will be our final drawing round of this series.
Oh dear.
We will be drawing the end of the Fatula campaign in one way or another.
Part of me wants this to
final
be
scene.
just purely MS Paint, but we'll see what the roller gets.
We shall see. In fact, actually, you know what? Since it is the final round, the wheel can get fucked. We will be using any images or tools we like.
Fair enough.
Still with the time limit.
Alex,
Of
you
10 minutes.
spoil me.
Alright, let's go.
That is the point. But George, of course,
Secret
come up with some
objective
bonus criteria.
is ready.
Arthur, are you prepared
Yeah.
for the finale?
Yeah.
In the finale, my friends.
All right.
To Alpha and Alpha, and homeward bound we be.
In 3, 2, 1, begin. Let me just hang on. I gotta save it. All right.
Three.
And right. Hang on. Yeah. Ready?
Okay. 3, 2, 1, click.
Oh.
That's saying no minutes. God damn.
Yeah, it's the one I've been using every time.
Fair enough. It's fair.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I didn't
Alex,
do the dodge roll.
just want to
did I?
confirm. Is the dodge roll on yours? I feel like it is.
Yes, it's the bit in the bottom corner. It's a dodge roll.
Well, I'm glad
Into
to
a
say.
portal.
You get a bonus point because that was my secret criteria. Include the dodge through dimensions.
Very nice.
Right. As for which one I like more, I think I prefer Arthur's purely for
Why is Okina going Super Saiyan?
Yeah, with that specifically.
Just
I don't know
just
why.
vibing, innit?
I don't know why.
I was like, I need a
blonde.
blonde hair. I need blonde hair, and I was like, well, the only ones I can think of are Sailor Moon and Goku. So I guess I'll go with Goku. Guko.
I ain't never heard of a Goku or a Guko, Bobby.
That fucking geeko. Fucking Dragon Ball Evolution. I hate.
So yeah, final point goes to Arthur. We have our winner, I guess.
Our winner is Arthur.
With 13
With
points.
13
God
points.
fucking done it.
Well, I mean, I had 9. I wasn't
Unlucky
that
for
far.
some.
I wasn't that far behind.
I don't know.
I think I did well.
You didn't. No.
13.
The 13 points is just. Of course, you got the unlucky one. You got the unlucky
Unlucky for some.
Haha.
Unlucky for some.
Yeah.
Well, then I got 9, and that's no in German, so I don't. Whatever.
Oh well.
So, everybody, that was the story of our first Dund campaign. Because it wasn't D&D. I think we can all agree it wasn't D&D. But
No, it's just a couple mates sitting around a table having a bit of fun.
it was certainly a variety of fun. I heard this somewhere, but there are kind of 3 types of fun, apparently. Like, 3 scientifically denoted types of fun, and I don't know how or why you would scientifically denote fun, but there's type 1 fun, which is fun that is, it's fun in the moment, and it's fun to remember. Then there's type 3 fun, which is apparently a type of fun pardon me, where you're not having fun in the moment, but you don't have fun remembering it either, which it's just not fun. That's not fun, is what it is. But then there's type 2 fun. And type 2 fun is, it's not fun in the moment. It is nowhere near fun in the moment. It is pain. But when you're looking back on it, when you're thinking about it, in a past tense, it's actually really fun. It's actually, it's a good time to remember. And that is how I think of the Fatula campaign. It was shit in the moment. Probably mainly for me, because I had half of my class. But, thinking back on it, it is kind of fun. It is kind of fun to just look back at this absolute fucking travesty. And think, yeah, good. Very funny. Big meme.
Big meme. Nice meme.
Big meme.
Nice.
Nice meme.
Nice meme.
But boys, now that we're bringing this series to an end, what are your thoughts on, well, the series? Particularly George, considering Arthur has experienced literally everything I've been saying because he was the DM. But George, what are your thoughts on the Fatula campaign now that I'll ask Arthur his thoughts looking back on it in a moment. But George, your thoughts?
This story, through the several times it's been told to me through a version of Chinese whispers, because I know some parts have changed depending on like little minor things have been said differently. But overall, fucking hell. This is just complete chaos with no check.
Well, that's part
All
of
I
the
can
fun,
do
so-
is laugh. and die inside a little bit.
That's fair. Arthur, your thoughts on looking back on the first time you tried DMing?
I would still have called it a success, you know. In
Fun
general,
was had in
everybody,
some way.
yeah, people enjoyed themselves. I didn't read the rules. I had the PDF document that you can get for free online that isn't the full rule set, and I didn't even read that. I read like a tenth of it because I was like, "Oh, guys, I'll write a D&D campaign for you." 9 days passed, and I'm like, "My session's in 5 days. All right, time to read the rules, I guess." And yeah, I read the rules, kind of. And then I wrote the campaign, and then, you know, I let it sit for a day. I think I made some amendments. I was like, this is a bad idea. This is a good idea. I think you've got the first draft there, Alex, because the second draft was tossed in the bin afterwards. So, that's why a few things are different there.
Surprising that the second draft made it, but that was used didn't make it. But the first draft, nah, it's fine. Funny that. Kind of fitting for this campaign.
I didn't hear you at all, but yeah, sure.
The second draft was completely tossed out after use, but the first draft, the shittest possible version of it, was kept around. And
I was just under a pile of papers on my desk, so that's where I found it. I was like, shit, Alex wanted this. I'll give it to him. So yeah, I mean, yeah. In general, let's say, you know, I did my job as a DM of making sure the other players were entertained. I did not know the rules of D&D, so if, yeah.
Also did not know that unskippable cutscenes are not fun.
No, yeah, well.
There are definitely some points we must admit, it was just bad. But, of course, there's something like that in every D&D campaign at some point. There's some point where things are just kind of bad.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I've first thing you do is learn, innit? So it's good fun. Yeah,
indeed.
That's pretty much it. I just had a bit of fun with it, and I can say decent.
Indeed. Very, very, very good takeaway from that. So, everybody, if you like this video, leave a like. If you really liked this video and want to see more videos like it, check out the Fatula playlist, because that's where all of these are going to be, because there's not going to be another one. We might tell some stories about other D&D campaigns we were in, just sort of minor little chunks of stories in other videos, but in terms of whole videos dedicated to D&D campaigns, this will be the last. But if you also want to see other videos with us in them, please hit that subscribe button. We upload our Reading Homestuck series every Monday, and stuff like this, stuff that isn't that, not every Thursday, but
most Thursdays.
Some Thursdays. I'd say most Thursdays, yes, actually. At least half of the Thursdays. But follow me on Twitter. I post things there. That's it. That's all I can say, really. That's all I can say on my Twitter. I haven't really done much. But it's good for checking for announcements about stuff that's going on the channel. And also, maybe I will say something funny at some point. Follow Arthur on Twitch. We are, at some point, going to be continuing streaming Deltarune, Chapter 1. And maybe then immediately going into Chapter 2, but I don't know. But
Probably.
we're going to be doing that occasionally, every so often. By the way, it's 2 a.m. as I record this, but the Deltarune stream, that's this Sunday, potentially. We do not have proper confirmation yet, but keep an eye out. I'll tweet about it, if it is, and I'll tweet about it if it's not. He also streams other stuff, also kind of occasionally. There's not really much of a schedule to it.
Just when I want to do it.
Fair enough. That is a good way to do it.
Nah, never mind.
Fair enough. And follow George on both of those platforms.
Because I do the
He
stuff
has-
that everyone else does, but at the same time.
He actually does have a schedule.
Oh yeah, 8 p.m. GMT on a
Sunday.
Come hang out, watch me be terrible at Cave Story hard mode. It's fun, it's chaotic, it's weird. Enjoy.
But that's part of the fun of the channel. That's part of our brand. And with that, we will, for the final time, be signing off from this series. Later!
Goodbye.